Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. To throw on 2nd and 6. Allen. Open man is Kroon, the tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Round 80. 57. Come on. Man, I got you.
Allen now looks to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And that's caught inside the 35. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. They run here with Singletary. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Now Allen. And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And that he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Taking it in from 7 yards away as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now Bell, and he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. On first down, Darnold. He's got this one complete to Perriman. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, Big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll run on first down. It's Bell trying to run inside, but nothing there. Jerry Hughes on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
51, Mike 51. Man, go.
A final shot before the break. Darnold. Anunwa's got it. Complete. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to...
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. The sack there by Trent Murphy. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On second down, it's Bell. An 8-yard gain, so that gets them halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Allen. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. To the air, Allen being chased, and that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Devin Singletary with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Bills have taken the lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Caught here by Bell. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So,
looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Dancing to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Allen eluding the pressure right. And that's incomplete. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Here's Allen. It's complete to Diggs. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Allen going to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to go up top. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 26 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now this one complete on the slant route. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On third down, here's Bell. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he fields it cleanly. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. Going deep for Diggs. He's got a man complete. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
As we've seen over the years, offensive coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Allen going deep for Diggs. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They'll run it with Bell. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Darnold. Got an open man. It's a noon one. And they get him down, but not before he... Takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good for a Jets. First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Darnold now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. Now Darnold. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Throwing again is Darnold. This complete to the tight end Clay. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 40. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. To the air again, Darnold. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And here we go on 4th. Darnold, and he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On 1st down, Bell. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Bell, and he is is in. Touchdown, New York. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are back within a single score. Vinatieri now for the point after. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy.
That's caught inside the 20. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Jenkins. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Topper, topper.
Under 10, under 10.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. This is Bell on the dump off. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
Check, check. Motion to backfield. Motion.
They'll give this to Bell running right. And the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
You. Ready? Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Got one, I got one. Ready?
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
57. Tackles.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Operating from the red zone now. Allen.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. And can you believe this? A big mistake leads to a defensive touchdown. And they're a point away from tying this thing up. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Buying time to his left. And this will be incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it comes down to a man who has done this many, many times before, Adam Vinatieri. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. It has the distance, and it is good. Adam Vinatieri does it again. And the Jets are going to win the football game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Jets, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory.